Would you rather find $10 million or true love? I'm going to show you a cool website to use that will be engaging and will help you for most levels of your teens through adult classes in this video. Let's go. Hey there, English. Hey there, English teachers. Jesse here from Sweet Academy, and I want to help you in the classroom. And there's this cool website that I came across that I found. Maybe you know it, maybe you don't, but you will after this video. It's called rrrather.com, and I'll also put it on my blog, and I'll put that link below too. In this video, I want to take you through that website. Let's answer a few questions. Would you rather? And it's really good for studying conditionals and modal verbs like would you, and then I would rather plus a verb, right? I would rather find, I would rather go, I would rather be, I would rather be able to. There's so much language to explore in a fun, engaging way. I'm going to take you through what I usually do and how I teach this lesson. So to open the class, to begin this activity, I usually write one on the board. Like, would you rather go to the moon or inside a volcano? I don't know. You invent yours, right? That's actually a really weird one. But anyway, so I write an option and then kind of like go through what each part of the grammar means, depending on the level. For a really low level class, I do this pretty slowly. For a higher level class, they should know this, so we get right into it, right? And I highlight would you rather plus infinitive verb in case you teach, grammar terminology. Would you rather go? Would you rather be? As I said in the opening. But let's take a look at this and take a look at some, and let's answer some and see how we can use this website in the classroom. So this is Would You Rather, and the website is rrrather.com. So if you're doing it with your classes, that's where to tell them to go. But I told them to get out their phones and go to rrrather.com. And this is it. Would you rather? And it's great because it's so engaging. They saw this obviously on the first page because I had it on the screen right there. That caught their attention. And they went there. First of all, they're super excited whenever I tell them to take out their phones. Another cool thing about it is that they can see how many people agree with them and not. So, but I've done this in classes and I've done this with my one-on-one students. And let me take you through a couple of the things that I've learned from each one. So first, the group classes, as I said before, they're super excited, especially when I go on this first page. And what I did, I had them look through the list while we went over the answers of the first couple, right? Would you rather? I'd write it on the board, write the expression on the board, and then ask a couple people for their answers. Depending on their level, the lower levels, I'd have them repeat again and again. I like to have them repeat 3 times or say something 3 times to practice it with their mouths, right? And then I'll have everybody practice it, this expression. So I would rather find, and then go true love. And then the ones that would rather find true love, they'd repeat after me. And then they'd say again and again. And this is another one, another mini lesson inside of here is ask them what this number is. Numbers are really tricky, even for some advanced learners, because you think about a number in another language. You have to think for a second, especially in English. Well, I don't know, especially in English, but there's a good mini lesson to go by here too. Every time your students have to think and learn something, they're going to be engaged. Even for that 1 second, even the students that are talking and not paying attention, you'll see if there's something that catches their eye, even for a second, then that's good. They're engaged. And I think this, because it's money and because it's a number, I think this will catch a lot of students' attention. And then have them repeat and say it again. This is my choice. I would rather find $10 million. And it strikes up some good conversation too, because they're real about them, right? So they might start having this discussion in their language. You just kind of have to point them in the direction of English. But you also find out about your students. Some students will surprise you. They'll say true love when you may have thought that they would for sure choose the money. But I go through a couple of these. These first two I do as a class usually because they're really engaging and everyone's kind of interested in this. And then after that, I'd have them go through the pages. You should probably remind them that there's more than one page too, so they can go to all the pages. And I'd have them choose 5 to 10, depending on the level of them. No, 10 might be a little too much. 5 to 7 of their own. And then I had them find a partner and ask them their 5 questions. Some wanted to make up their own. So if they want to make up their own, go for it. And then write down their answers and share their answers. And it makes for a great conversation. They're really interested and it takes time. So the first part is have them choose 5, maybe give them 6 to 8 minutes to choose 5 questions and write them down. And during this time, you're going around the classroom, making sure they're writing their questions in the correct way, making sure they understand what's going on, and getting to know them. This is a great way to get to know people. And then to have them find a partner and ask each other the questions, maybe give them 10 to 12 minutes, 15 minutes on this, because so they could ask the question, would you rather have more time or have more money? And then you could even add another follow-up question, why? Right? And extend this even more. It depends on how much time you have in your class and the level of your students, but there's always some place to go. And for my one-on-one classes, the lessons that I have, we just each have our phones and we go through and we've asked each other very casually. I don't really do the writing part unless it's a really low-level student and I need to practice the grammar, but I haven't had that yet. Mostly it's just we each find one and ask the other person, and it leads into a natural conversation that either you can correct depending on their level, right? These one-on-one lessons, it really depends on their level, but they've just been natural conversations, free-flowing conversations with correction and like teaching expressions in here or there, right? Based on their answers. We're trying to build their fluency. That's what I'm doing in my one-on-one lessons anyway, depending on the goal. This question, would you rather know the date of your death or the cause of your death? And I will tell you that based on conversations with students, my opinion changed on this. My original opinion was I would rather know the cause. I wouldn't want to know the date of my death. You'd be paranoid the rest of your life, just counting down the days. But that's what I thought before. Some students, after our conversations, I started thinking about it more. And I've come to the conclusion as of now that if my death is less than 1 year, I'd rather know the cause. If it's more than 1 year, I think I'd rather know the date. So you let me know. What would you rather? Would you rather know the cause or the death of your own date? I know, grim. Or the first question, would you rather find true love or $10 million? Write that and let me know below. So that was it. How about you? Does that sound like something that you'd like to do in your classes? I'm telling you, it works. It worked for classes that don't really, like to do much, right? They're always engaged because as you probably could tell with yourself in this video, you want to answer these things, right? And it's really powerful when you click on it and you see what percentage of people agree with you or not. And as far as one-on-one classes go, it gets some good discussion. I've done this with one-on-one students, and we've debated on ones we disagreed with. We worked on agreeing language with ones we agreed on. And I'll be honest, some students changed my opinion on some of them, as I said. So this is great for classes, teens, adults, one-on-ones. This is so versatile. It will serve you in many ways. One suggestion, though, I tried to do it in 2 classes back to back with a student. And the second class, it kind of didn't have that magic, right? So I don't recommend continuing it. If you only get to a few in your first class, that's all. Let it go. Don't try to recapture the magic in the second lesson together. That was my experience. Maybe you'll have a different. So that's it. If you like this idea and you like this video, then consider hitting that subscribe button and the bell. And that way you can get new lessons every Monday and Fridays. I'm just sharing classroom stories, teaching philosophy, methodology, things like that. Anything that I think will help you and really your sanity as a teacher. Because sometimes students can make us a little crazy, right? Am I right? But that's it. Thank you. Leave a like and a comment below. Help a brother out. Keep teaching and keep learning. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.